In this video, I'll be using AI to remake GTA Vice City. The tools that I'll be using is Meshy AI to generate the character and assets, Blender for the animations, and Godot for the game. So join me, and let's just dive in and create the character.
As you can see, a lot of people are making characters and they seem pretty good. To get the prompt, I'm going to use Claude. So I put an image of Tommy Vercetti, and it gave male character, blah blah blah. And so in Meshy AI, I'm going to prompt it. Okay, I'm going to make a couple changes with this prompt. So I'm going to put A pose, because I think Meshy likes the A pose. And I'm going to put symmetry on, and hopefully this works. After experimenting a lot, you can see my previous attempts, but this is what I generated from that previous prompt. And, you know, there's quite a lot of abominations. This guy's, you know, got two heads, but this one looks actually pretty good. So I'm going to click on this one and see what happens. Okay, actually, hang on a second. This is pretty good for AI. I mean, obviously the face looks kind of low detailed, but I think, you know what? Pretty good. Good job, man. We can touch up a little bit with using the healing tools and whatnot. But yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to use the smart healing tool to, you know, fix the mesh a little bit. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it fills up with like a shoe. That's okay. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to go around and fix up the mesh and see what happens. So after healing my character, you can see the shoes are now a bit more fixed than they were. In the chest area or the neck area is more fixed, and I think the character is pretty good. So I think we'll animate the character now. We have to generate a rig, so we're going to pick a humanoid rig, and because we use the A pose, which is what they recommended, it should be fine, I think. So let's line up the points, the shoulders there. Hit confirm. So there's a task. We'll wait for it to go. And there we go, we've got the character walking. And he looks pretty good, I think. It's not too bad. For proof of concept, I think this is pretty good. Can he do the magic genie dance? This is a big stress test. If he can do it. Oh my god, he looks so awesome doing it. Oh, look at him go. Look at him go. Yeah, you can really tell it's not the best, but, you know, a couple more papers down the line. Jesus, you know? Wowee. Okay, so I published on my Meshy. I'll give a link below, but I'm going to download the file. I'm going to do GLB with all animations enabled. So once it's unzipped, you can go to Blender, import GLTF, downloads, biped, and we're going to import all the animations. Get rid of the default cube, and so now we've got all the animations and the character in Blender. So what we're going to do now is just get rid of these guys, so we're left with one of them. Delete all the rest. So you want to import all 5, and then you're left with one character by himself. And when you do so, because you imported all the characters, it's got one armature, and it's all named, it's all called the same thing. You can go to the animation tab, and on the bottom left, you should have action editor. And when you click on your armature, you can see that it's got all the 5 animations, or however animations you imported with your character. And what I'll do is go through, and up here you can see Blender file data with actions, and then I'm going to rename all these actions by pressing F2, and you can see it's idle, so I'm going to rename it to idle. And then run 2. So now we've got all the animations, and it's ready to be imported into Godot. I'm going to select on my character, I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to export GLTF, and then I'm going to go to my downloads, call it character, and then I'm going to include selected object only, and it should have the animations. So character vice, export, and then I'm going to go to my downloads and see you've got my character vice. Okay, so I've got empty scene in Godot. I'm going to drag and drop my vice character, into the scene. So we've got the character, as you can see. I'm going to take a screen grab of the structure of the scene with the animations for later for coding. And then I'm going to drag and drop my character into the scene. And I'm going to make it local by right clicking make local. And I'm going to change the type to character body 3D. And the character body, it needs a collision shape 3D for the collisions. So I'm going to do that and then go up to the top right and give it a capsule shape and move it up. Another thing it needs is the camera system. So for this, I'm going to add a child node, a 3D node, or a node 3D, and call it camera pivot. And then as a child, I'm going to add a spring arm. And then as a child of this, I'm going to add a camera 3D. And this should be everything set up for the character. And then so it needs a platform to walk around on. So I'm going to give it a CSG box 3D. And I'm going to enable collision here. And then I'm going to transform it and then scale it up. And then put this to 0.5 on the Y. And you can scale up as much as you want. And I'm going to drag it so it's on the floor. And I think this is everything you need to set up the scene for coding. Real quick, make sure to drag your camera pivot and rotate it 180 degrees to eye level, and that should be good. I'll be generating the script through DeepSeek AI, so chat.deepseek.com. And what I did is I provided the structure of the project, so character body, the animations, and also the input maps. And with it generated a really good script. So I can provide a script in the description. So I'm going to copy the script. I'm going to come over and I've created a new script called charactercontroller.gd. I'm going to right click, I'm going to Control A and paste and save. And make sure to drag it to the character and save it. And what should happen is it's created a nice third-person controller using the animations. I think the issue is our spring arm is too far back, so I'm going to adjust it to, let's just say 2.5 meters, save it, and there we go. We have our third-person controller working and our characters moving. All we need now is some extra assets to put in a scene. So with Meshy AI, I generated a bunch of new assets for the game. So, a car, some palm trees, buildings. Again, going to Claude, getting the prompts, and generated a girl. And what I did is I just dragged and dropped these assets. So if it's a palm tree, I just drag and drop, press Ctrl D, and you can now, just put these assets around, put the road in. I scale the building up, so when you import it, and you have the root scale, you want to change it to like 2.5 or just play around with it so it's the right proportion, and just drag and drop the assets. And I think it's pretty good. It's not bad. I mean, obviously you can tell there's a lot of flaws like holes and very low quality. The cars, you can definitely tell it's not brilliant. But I think maybe a couple of iterations down the line, you'll get way better results once you've got all the assets in and it looks pretty good. This is kind of the end result you want to go for. So I've got the character moving, we can press shift, we can run around. We have, the little NPC dancing, hey, look at that go, woo. We've got the buildings, and we've got this big skyscraper, wow. And we've got the road. So is it amazing? No, I'll admit it. But it would be a cool benchmark to see in the future where this technology will go. It's only going to get better. And I feel like for what it is now, it's pretty good. And you can probably make a good prototype, maybe a little bit of a remaster or remake, I guess. But it's pretty good, for, 20 minutes of work. I'll say it gets my seal of approval for, having a little bit of fun and creating a little remaster for yourself. So maybe you can remaster Halo or remaster some other game or just remake a game, and it's kind of fun. So go out there, explore, create, and have a good one, guys. Let's go.